not blessed with an easy path. We never ask for one. Easy softens the will. From humble beginnings, we've put in the work. Knocked down, but we get back up. We pursue the dream. How we respond to adversity defines who we are. We're all an extension of each other. Our resolve is strengthened from the lessons of defeat. Devastated, rebuilt. Our unity was born from necessity, a brotherhood. Our standard defines who we are. We persevered when nothing came easy. Even in our greatest accomplishments, we tasted bitterness. Now I know I'm preaching to the choir, but the hardship and the pain, those are the prerequisites to the greatness we seek. So we pick ourselves up, we move forward, and we learn from our history. We come together, we bond as one. Our bond, unbreakable. Our spirit, relentless. It's in brotherhood we trust. In brotherhood we fight. In brotherhood we rise. We seek something greater than ourselves, the ultimate prize. Rest assured, others will stand in our way. But they can't know. They can't understand our resilience, our resolve. They can't know the purpose that unites us, the standard that we uphold. They can't know the force we've become in brotherhood. It's in brotherhood we trust. In brotherhood we fight. In brotherhood we rise. Thank you very much. It's a real honor to be here this evening, and I want to warn you of something about me. If I am nothing else, I'm two things. I'm a sweater and a spitter. So as my body temperature rises to the occasion, don't get too close to me. But it is an honor and a treat to be here. I feel as if I am in the locker room getting ready for a pregame speech and getting ready to turn the Yellow Jackets loose. Of course, I know I'm not in the locker room, but I feel like I'm in one, and I'm going to turn you loose in a minute. I want to first say to Chief Elmore and the entire College Park Fire Department, to all the honorees, new recruits, sergeants, lieutenants, battalion chiefs, and to all those very particularly responsible for my being here this evening. I want you to know I owe you a great level of gratitude, and I am tremendously thankful to have been invited to such a distinguished and prestigious evening of celebration and recognition of our very elite. I thank you for being patient with me this evening, and I will move quickly through my edits. And hopefully, when I'm done, maybe there was something said that might be an encouragement, inspiration, a motivation, a pick-me-upper, a reminder that might continue to fuel your efforts. I certainly do want to recognize all the family members of these fine individuals for your dedication and commitment to them, your unyielding love and devotion to their work. Thank you very much. Let me be perfectly clear. I don't mean to talk about the kind of heroes tonight if I'm going to communicate what I believe heroism is and what it means to be a real, authentic hero. In a world where heroes are hard to find, I don't want to confuse you tonight to suggest to you that our heroes are those that are captured on the big screen in entertainment. And as they come off the screen and entertain us with their talents and gifts. But I want to talk about the heroes that are part of real life, that put their lives on the line, and put their lives on the line to make our lives better. Not those that we flip the television on, and we turn the volume up, and they inspire us with fictitious statements and real scholarly performances. But I want to talk about the types that risk their life and limb because it's what they do. And in reality, it becomes who they are. I remember growing up watching movies and firefighter movies, and I remember The Towering Inferno, starring Steve McQueen and Paul Newman. And these were fictional characters who play firefighters. But what they do on the big screen is fictional and make-believe. And for 3 hours, we got to sit and be entertained and be removed from the real world, but the real world follows us. And when those 3 hours are over, there's a reality to our existence as we make our exits back out of the theaters and back into our communities, and we have to face the reality of what you face on a daily basis. But what you see on television is pure, unadulterated entertainment. And it's easy to get caught up and even mistaken actors for the real thing. And they become those whom we place our allegiance in and our heroes. And sometimes our children begin to even imagine and think that those are real characters and real people. But I want to clear that up this evening. Take one, take two. And the scene unfolds, and they are given scripts to study, characters to emulate and to perform and bring to life so that you and I can be mesmerized and we can be so spellbound with their delivery. But they're not the real thing. Because you see, when you're dealing with the real thing and in the real world, real authentic people who battle it every day, who get up and go after it every day and prepare and train aggressively for this endeavor, you find that you don't get do-overs. You don't get 15 takes. You don't get to laugh in the moment of rehearsals. And what happens is we escape from the reality of what real firefighters and first responders do and the heroism in which they embody. You want to look for a hero, look no further than down the street at your local fire department. Look no further than down the street to the homes of your first responders. Because here's what I know about authentication, and that is this, that there are no actors in this room tonight. This is the real deal. Where mothers and fathers and sons and daughters and husbands and wives hang with bated breath that their loved ones walk into chaos or into emotional moments and experiences that risk their very existence. And I believe our culture and society has missed it when it comes to heroism, when it comes to who real heroes are. And we celebrate the actors and we pay them awfully well. But real heroes, what was captured not on a giant screen at AMC or Carmike, but in the screen that you just witnessed and saw, your faces and your people, those are authentic, real heroes of life. There are no actors here. No Denzel Washingtons. No Viola Davises. There are no Tom Hankses in here. No Meryl Streeps. You are the tested and tried and trained, true, authentic firefighters and first responders. The real deal touch you and you can feel it. You're not acting. You weren't given a script. And when you get a call, it's the real deal. Where painstaking attention to detail is at a high premium. And genuine, authentic training is executed. And for brief moments of time, you battle the circumstances and situations and walk away not with fabled, fictitious smoke billowing from your clothing, but the real deal. I always say that heroism is always an opportunity waiting to happen when everything is happening. Real heroes walk into the chaos, complete chaos and danger. And heroism is stepping into the line of fire, no pun intended, but it's stepping into the door that blazes. It's stepping into a street. There's casualties and a certain skill sets required and a painstaking attention to detail to save someone who you don't even know. Serving the needs of people, protecting and serving. The chief iterated in his delivery. Protecting and serving. It's good to know in a very volatile world in which we live that we have people who still believe in protecting and serving. Giving up their space so that others can have space. It's one thing to put myself in harm's way for my family, but complete strangers is something else altogether different. For I'll walk a mile for my three. I'll make the ultimate sacrifice for my three. I won't blink. But for a stranger, for someone whom I don't know, for both the guilty and the innocent. And there is no discrimination. There is no let's think about it. There is an instinctive core belief that foils itself from you when you get the call. Reminds me of a great biblical character who raced into humanity and rescued the damsel or pulled the world from the burning building. Not a bad comparison. Tonight you are in high cotton. I'm in high cotton. And I don't know if you've been reminded of it, but this is not something I casually believe in. It's not something that I have made up. I truly do believe in every very word that's being spoken to you tonight. The poet said, in the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Be not like driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. And let me just quickly, as I move to the very closing of my time with you, let me give you such a story of a hero, of which you probably are most familiar, but I could not do this speech without being reminded of what heroism is. I shared this story this past season with the Yellow Jacket football team over at Georgia Tech. Heart and soul of heroism, the heart and soul of what men and women in this room do. On 9/11/2001, one of the most tragic days in American history, firefighters, first responders weren't running from the chaos, they were running to it. Your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter. The story of Wells Crowther, interesting story where no greater love hath no man that to lay down his life for his fellow man. Who knew that a red bandana given to him by his father as a child to blow his nose would become an instrument of hope? He carried it everywhere he went, and he was an equity trader in the South Tower of the World Trade Center. He worked on the 104th floor. And being there so long, he decided that he wanted to become a firefighter, remove himself from behind the desk. He shared it with his dad, and his dad said, "You want to do what? You want to leave the trade center and become a firefighter?" He said, "Absolutely, I'm doing it." And then the unthinkable happened. The attack on the World Trade Center, its planes flown by the worst kinds of individuals, crashed into the South Tower, where Wells Crowther's office and many others worked. And on the 78th floor, where 200 people were waiting to get out, Wells made his way to the 78th floor. This wanting to be, desiring to be in his blood to be a firefighter and first responder. Wells took them down to the 61st floor, where firefighters who were making their way up into the chaos met him, and then took the people to working elevators on the 40th floor. I'm reading this, but I cannot imagine the chaos. What I'm reading to you does an injustice to what those people experienced and what you experienced. After leading them down, he turns and goes back up. Heroism. What's a hero? He turns and goes back up. 17 floors. He goes back up. No, he doesn't run from it. No, he doesn't leave the building to save his own life. No, he doesn't do that. He takes 12 down and rescues that 12 meets firefighters dressed in battle gear, and he leads them, and along with him, other firefighters, they are making their way up, dear God, in a building set ablaze. You know what a hero is? They're not at AMC, and you'll never see them in the movie-making industry. Then the South Tower collapsed. And 6 months later, Wells' body was found in the rubble of the South Tower. With uniformed firefighters. Later, Wells' family, reading a paper, read the testimony of people who were rescued by a man with a red bandana and firefighters who put themselves in harm's way to save people they didn't know. Those firefighters, those were heroes. That's heroism. Wells Crowther, that's a hero. Not a role played by Denzel Washington, not some depiction, theatrical act by Viola Davis. No, that's not heroism. You see, that's what you are. A hero in the strife. As I close with you. Not movie makers, but lifesavers. My house had a major electrical problem. Smelled smoke. Inexperience and no ability to differentiate between what's real and what isn't a threat. And from the basement of my home, I could hear the electrical wires popping, smoke billowing. My daughter's upstairs asleep. I made my way downstairs, and my instincts took over. No, touch nothing, do nothing. Call the experts. Right down the street, it's a fire station. I'll never forget it, and they made their way to my home. Trucks pull up beside the house. They're dressed in their battle gear. Made certain everyone was out of the house, went into the home. Checked every inch of it. Examined where the location of the issue was. Diffused it. They are some of my best friends. I honor you and I salute you for your bravery and your care for humanity. And in the words of Sir Andrew Barton, I am hurt, but I am not slain. I lay me down and bleed a while. Then I'll rise and fight again. At Georgia Tech, before the team takes the field, I would often say to them, as I am truly one to believe in this thesis, that when firefighters and first responders go to work, they go to work. They fight. Till they can't fight no more. Till they can't fight no more. They lay down, they bleed a while. They get up and they fight some more. They fight till they can't fight no more. Lay down and bleed a while. Get up, fight some more. Fight some more. Fight some more. I say to you, College Park, keep fighting. Thank you for your authenticity. Thank you that down the street, I get to pass by and go in and visit the real deal. Thank you. Thank you for having me here tonight. And again, I salute you. I congratulate you. And to the families of those here tonight, thank you. Let's continue to support and give our devotion to real heroism and the real heroes of life amidst the strife. God bless you this evening. Thank you.